Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 finally. I mean, we were supposed to do this last week, but then there was absolutely no guest availability, so we had to push it to this week. And believe it or not, we're actually going here. Episode 7. A lot of the rain has passed this area. It's all starting to push north. It's actually sunny, and it's 7:03. We got two other weather... Did you have to interrupt my intro?
Not for my area.
Next! So, anyways, I've already been... Interruption count 1. Anyways. Should we put an interruption counter on here?
No, that's too much for our budget.
This isn't on a budget at all. This is not run by budget. All of this is run with free software. See, we're cheap. Anyways, we got two other weather enthusiasts here and potentially a third one showing up later. We'll go top to bottom in terms of the order in the chat.
Greetings, I am Jake Man Guy, and I am on the show.
Yeah.
Which resides in Chicago.
Okay.
Oh, are you gonna give you already gave your introduction, but
yeah.
I'm going to give mine. I'm Tyler444, and I am a weather enthusiast from Chicago.
And I'm BHV, weather enthusiast from Sterling, Illinois. The Northwest Illinois region area thing. So before we waste too much more time, we got a bit of an extended show today. Because we have a bonus segment from last week that we were unable to talk about because again we were postponed to this week. But we will get to that in a few minutes. Our main segment tonight is called let's try that again. Our main segment tonight is called A Lot of Rain, A Little Hail. That is today in terms of weather. It was absolutely pouring rain several times today here in Sterling, and I'll tell you what, the rain was absolutely no joke today.
Yeah, the rain over here in our Chicago area was really hard. Was pretty crazy this afternoon. A lot of rain showers, a lot of heavy rain. No wind though, but I did get really wet while I was kind of walking out to my bus after school. So yeah, it was a lot of rain.
What if someone takes what you just say out of context?
What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What?
This episode's off to a great start.
I am playing a game in the background while you cannot hear.
We can hear the keyboard, you know.
It's a membrane.
Don't care. Anyways, the rain was widespread for about, I don't know, it was in my area, from what I'm seeing here, it started around 2:30, and we had just over 2.3 inches of rainfall. And what's cool is that my report actually made it onto IEMBot. So I wish I could put that on the screen, but I don't have time. So, well, actually, I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can get it on the screen right now. But I sent my report to DVN on Twitter about 2.22 inches of rain falling in 24 hours. And next thing you know, half hour later, it's on IEMBot. Like, we'll go ahead and bring it up right now on the show. Like, here it is. You can see right there at the top, Sterling, Whiteside County, Illinois, public reports heavy rain of 2.22 inches at 2:30 p.m. 12-hour rainfall. Rainfall since about 2:30 a.m. So I'll tell you what, that was pretty cool. Like, I don't think any of you guys have had that happen, have you?
Not really. Not really.
Uh-oh.
Very unlucky.
Uh-oh. Jake's about to lose.
And I died.
Yeah. He died. Anyways, okay, that's not funny.
I'm about to relax.
Cool. You can't really relax during the show. Anyways, yeah. The rainfall it was forecast to reach about 5 inches in some areas. DVN did issue a few flash flood warnings. I know one of them was for like 5 counties in Iowa. I've got IAM bot up. Let's see if I can go back in time. They issued flood watches. They issued an aerial flood watch and a few river flood watches. And the first flash flood warning came out at 11:11 a.m. for Iowa, Johnson, Keokuk, Louisa, and Washington. The next one was for Iowa and Johnson, and then the next one was for Keokuk.
Yeah, but it was very small portion of those counties for some of those flash flood warnings.
Like if we look,
That's what I kind of don't like, but go ahead. As long as they just keep trying to protect the public.
yeah, I guess, but yeah, that was one of their flash flood warnings. We're gonna pull one of them up here. Like the one you're about to see.
What did you say?
Like the one that you guys are about to see on the show is the first one that DVN issued. Like you'll see it right here. This was the first one they issued at 11:11. It was for a box that had Iowa, Johnson, Keokuk, Washington, and Louisa counties in Iowa. You can see that there on the screen. It's a pretty decent sized warning. You can see some pink in the cell right there.
I don't see it on our end.
Well, that's because it's on the show only.
Oh.
But then, if we pull up the next one, like, we're going to take this one off the screen. There is another one that was issued a little bit later. Jake is not saying anything whatsoever. But yeah, anyways, here's the second one. Hold up. There we go. Still getting used to this new transition thingy. Look at how tiny that is! Like if you guys just go to DVN IAM bot and look at the second flash flood warning, that is literally a thread the needle flash flood warning. That is a thread the needle type flash flood warning. Like, hold on. Give me a minute to upload it to you guys. In the meantime, let's keep the discussion going.
They probably only warned for 2 persons, maybe.
Did you just say 2 persons?
2 persons.
Bro.
I'm just saying it's probably the population that was warned. 2 people.
Anyways, the one on the bottom was the first one that DVN issued, and the one on the top was the second one. Look at that size difference. You guys are seeing the second one right now on the screen, which is now being taken off as we speak. Like, what is this?
That's tiny.
Especially this one right here that was issued at 12:05. That is the biggest thread the needle warning I've ever seen. Like, are you kidding me? Thread the needle. And you know what? Speaking of thread the needle, how about the third one that they issued? I'll put it in chat first. Look at that.
So tiny.
And you guys are going to see it here in a minute. On the show, like, here it is. Look at that. That's for a little portion of Keokuk County. Again, another thread the needle type warning. I think it was a storm that was moving south from what I can see here. It could have been moving east, but
southeast.
Let me just look at the bulletin. I have the bulletin right here.
Uh-oh.
And he just lost. He just lost again, but yeah. These are the type of thread the needle warnings that I absolutely hate. I mean, they're just absolutely tiny. And by the way, DVN and DMX were the only offices that did stuff today. I believe that DMX also issued a couple of flash flood warnings as well. If I just have to go back and look here. They issued 3 of them. And it looks like one of them might have actually been for Des Moines. Nope, doesn't look like it.
It was north of Des Moines. Just north.
Just north of Des Moines. That was issued at 8:59. We will not be putting those on the screen as they were not for our forecast zone. I don't see any of these being for our forecast zone, so. Well, one of them was the one for Mahaska County in Iowa, because Mahaska's in our forecast zone, I think. So Jake is just over there playing a video game. Tyler and I are talking.
Okay, I'm sorry for lack of commentary.
But yeah, Jake, it was quite a lot of rain and a good amount of flash flooding as well.
We did get, for my area, we did get a little bit of thundering.
We did get a little bit of thunder as well. Like here's the one for Mahaska County.
Dude, that's like the entire county.
Pretty much. And here it is on the show. That is almost the entire county, just leaving out a sliver of the county. Look at this. They just left a sliver of the county out. That was issued at 11:55 a.m. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm talking to both of you guys. So yeah. This was the one that DMX issued at around noon for Mahaska County, which is actually in our forecast zone. And that's about it for the flash flooding. But you know what else DVN did? They did something that none of us ever thought they would do.
What?
Tyler, I'm going to let you take this one.
Yeah, a random severe thunderstorm warning was issued, which I really thought that it was going to maintain its strength to Sterling.
I mean, it was moving east, but I think it was moving east ever so slowly because at around 4:30 when the first warning expired, they just issued a new one for the same area. Like, I don't even think you can do that.
Why can't they just say extend time of the severe thunderstorm warning?
I mean, they can do it for watches.
Yeah, but they can't do it for warnings. Come on.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to load up the warning and get the image in here. I probably should have done this before I started the show. Because I'm an idiot. And neither one is...
Criticism to your office. No criticizing to your office, Zach. But I kind of think DVN's going to have to be shut down.
Why is that?
Shut down the office. Because... they're just weird in general.
I don't really know, man. I mean, who knows? I think DVN might have just, I don't know. Maybe they just had to re-warn them because it might have just maintained its strength. I mean, so you guys on the show will see it in a second, but you guys are about to see the severe warnings. Anyways, here are the severe warnings. What's that, Jake?
Yeah, that's the 2 warnings that came in today.
There is, I think, 2 tornado warnings in Kansas right now.
As we are filming this show, there is an enhanced risk severe weather event going on in Big 12 country.
Oh, fire warning.
Wait, what?
There's like multiple fire warnings out there. There's like a PDS fire warning too in New Mexico.
Dunley County Emergency Management residents of Benkelman, Nebraska need to evacuate immediately from Main Street in east of north of the railroad due to an uncontained wildfire. Oh jeez.
Pray for those people down there.
This is not for our forecast zone, but that is just heartbreaking. By the way, you're seeing the first DVN SVR on the screen right now. This was for Rock Island, Clinton, and Scott counties. Look how much Rock Island is barely covered by this warning. It's mainly in Iowa. And real quick, I need to do this real quick. I'm going to pull up the second warning on the screen right now. There it is! It's essentially for the same area!
It's just smaller.
It's just smaller. Issued at the one issued at 429. Come on, DVN.
The DVN's a weird office in general. They do that. They issue nothing sometimes on severe weather when there's actually severe weather.
I don't know, man. It's
Come on.
things can go wrong. Things will go right. I mean, it's a forecast office. They're not perfect. In fact, Chicago isn't perfect. They like to. Sometimes they'll issue so much that you're overwhelmed. Like you cannot do anything.
The National Weather Service Paducah, still so mad about because one time they issued a special weather statement and a dense fog visibility 0.
What?
Yeah, there was like one night I was watching the weather. I see Paducah issues a special weather statement, and they mentioned in the special weather statement that visibility was at 0, and they never issued a dense fog advisory.
Okay, we are getting off track. But yeah, anyways, a lot of rain, a little hail is what this segment was called because these severe warnings were just for hail. So yeah,
No wind, really.
I mean the wind was under 50 miles an hour. Our next segment is a bonus segment. How about we talk about last Wednesday, huh?
Oh my goodness.
A major letdown.
I mean, about a week out, we were looking at a potential big severe weather event in northern Illinois. Next thing you know, there's a day 15%. We're like, this is starting to shape up. Then there's a 30% to our south, and we're like, okay, maybe we'll still have something here, but it'll be the big stuff will be consolidated to the south, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
My sadness expression.
Anyways, yeah, Jake is sad. You know that? He is a very sad man right now because he has not said anything during the show, and that's why, because he's sad. Anyways. Okay, enough throwing shade. But I think it's day two where my confidence just goes from super high to super low because we have a slight, then there's an enhanced right there. It went moderate and everything. And day one comes out and we're downgraded from a slight to an enhanced. No. Okay, apparently, slight to enhanced is an up. Oh, dang it, Zach. You just put your two things in a row. Apparently, slight to enhanced is a downgrade. Hope it didn't scare anybody.
Neat.
I truly really think that those showers save like all of us, because when I think the Chicago area and the whole northern Illinois alone was extremely lucky.
We were.
If we would have had the sun out all day, and if we would have had all that stuff where the SPC was talking about, we could have just been sad at the end of a tunnel. And lucky thing that those showers really helped cool down the atmosphere and just cool us down, just preventing those dangerous thunderstorms from developing, because it could have been a whole lot worse. So I'm actually glad this time that this event was a bust, because this is really shaping up to be an historic April outbreak. And good thing it didn't happen. Chicago was safe, and I'm glad the showers really just said, hey, you know what? Screw that severe weather. You know what? Mother Nature was like, hey, let's give Chicago, let's just save Chicago.
Give Chicago a break. Because, last year they got...
Special weather statement.
For what?
Strong thunderstorms will affect portions of Leavenworth and northeastern Rock County till 8 p.m.
That was issued at 7:02 and you're just now reading that?
No.
Just read that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, anyways. But yeah, we definitely dodged a massive bullet there. And honestly, even in the area where the outbreak happened, it could have been much worse. There weren't any tornadoes or classic supercells. It was mainly wind and hail. They dodged a bullet. It was mainly the couple days before
the
where...
wind was kind of bad, but as far as damage goes with tornadoes and large tornadoes, yes, they did dodge a bullet with tornadoes.
Could have been much. The outbreak could have been much worse than it was, even in the area where, you got the actual severe weather happening.
Yeah, we were really watching, again, 1-2 weeks out, and nothing really happened. We only got one severe thunderstorm warning and like 2 marine warnings, and that was it.
3. Because MKX issued 2 of them. MKX issued like 3 of them, I think.
We did get some wind, but it just wasn't as bad. And and especially if the temperatures were to get to like 80 degrees and stuff, then that would have been much, much worse. 85, unseasonably warm, and that kind of stuff.
It could have been horrible. On that day we were forecasting severe weather. On that day we got not much more than rain here in northwest Illinois. But yeah, if the sun had been out, if it weren't for the previous night's event out in Iowa weakening and then hitting us, woo! That would have been trouble.
Also, on a complete different note, tomorrow's weather is looking pretty interesting.
Let me pull it up on my phone.
I don't know.
Tomorrow's going to be 84 for us.
Here in Sterling, if I can pull it up here, if it ever loads, because the Wi-Fi is dog. Yeah, it doesn't work. I've got a high of 81 and windy tomorrow. Tomorrow's low is higher than today's high. Because today's high was 57. Tomorrow's low is 61. How about that?
Crazy.
How about that? And then it's going to be pretty mild next week. Sunday 67, Monday 50, Tuesday 49, Wednesday 53, Thursday 61. And of course there's rain in the forecast for Thursday night. Good Lord. But yeah, that's an example of overhyping an event a week out. Kids, do not make your weather event predictions a week out, Tyler.
Yeah, my lesson is learned. If somebody mentions that there's uncertainty with the event, just downplay the event, because most of the time it's just gonna be a bust. If they're like, oh, there's uncertainty about cave values and instability and how much sun is here and there, just downplay the event. Don't worry about it.
Folks, I just realized this. The volume on the desktop audio, aka the guest, was down way too low, so I apologize for that. You will probably not be able to hear them for the first half of the show, but I've got the volume up, and we're rolling.
All right.
So yeah, sorry about that to the folks at home watching, which is probably like 2 people. So yeah, that's fixed. Hey man, it's our first time back in 2 weeks. Cut us some slack. I'm trying to improve the show, then I do that. Good Lord.
I think my first time in 2 weeks.
I think that's just about it for this segment. Any other closing thoughts, boys?
Don't overhype events anymore.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we're not. I'll tell you one thing. We're not doing that again. You might think this is halftime. It's not. We got one more. This should be quick. Now, I'm about the only one that applies to this because Tyler doesn't do this. I don't know if Jake does or not. Segment 2 is how to catch EAS alerts. I thought I'd throw this in there. Jake, do you catch EAS alerts? Do you record them?
Well, I used to, but some random unfortunate situation happened back in last year, like in August. Now I don't.
A random unfortunate event. Oh God, that doesn't sound great.
Yeah, I will not speak of it.
It's very fitting that this random unfortunate event happened to you.
Yeah, that's...
Speaking of random unfortunate events,
basically.
Guess what? Speaking of random unfortunate events, I had this huge compilation of EAS alerts from August 24th, 2021. Was going through my Google Photos to delete things, I deleted the alerts. I deleted the catches by accident. Not only that, I deleted this series of catches from the 25th, the 31st, and a weekly test from about a week or two earlier.
Wow.
Still pains me to this day because that would have been Vigorous Intensity 5.
Vigorous Intensity. Well, me here, I do not catch EAS alert. I think, my opinion, that stuff is just kind of just boring because all you're doing is recording a radio. However, if there was a dire situation and I really needed to get like a message out, I would just actually record alerts, but I wouldn't go
You're not
recording
like
every single time my radio. I just think that's kind of weird, but
it is. I admit.
Opinions respected.
I admit it is kind of weird. I admit as someone who adamantly looks out for EAS alerts to film and video. But yeah, here's how to do it.
I'm just more into kind of like meteorology and weather and stuff.
Anyways, catching EAS alerts is really not as easy as you might think. First of all, you gotta have a radio. It's kind of hard to catch an alert if you don't have a radio. Like, the first one I got was a Midland WR120 back in 2017, but I didn't start recording alerts till 2019. I only recorded a couple of alerts then. 2020 is where it got started, and then 2021 is where it took off. Late 2020 into 2021. I mean, 2020 I was recording just weather radio alerts, and then 2021 is where it took off.
Mm-hmm.
I caught weather alerts, AM and FM alerts. I have not caught a TV alert for cause since November 16th, 2020, I think it was. It was an Amber Alert for Bridgeview. And it was during a Bears game. So sometimes you got to look for those unpredictable moments. Like right there was an Amber Alert during the Bears game. I had my phone on me. I was live streaming. I just thought, I'll record it. I'll record this because who knows if I'll get one of these again. Sure enough, I've caught a few more since. But yeah, you got to have a radio or a source of EAS. Second, you have to know. What's that?
I know in late 2020, the Amber Alert for the state of Illinois for like 2 or 3 straight days. It was crazy. Like,
that was
LOT was issuing like
Amber Alerts in the month of November 2020.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they were issuing civil emergency products like crazy.
Second step, you need to know if there's going to be severe weather. If you're primarily going after severe weather alerts, you have to know when severe weather is. Look at your forecast, check the SPC's website for severe weather outlooks. If you know there's going to be weather and you have your radio ready, just do it. Third, I'd have more than one radio, honestly. Like, I have 6 now. In 2020, getting alerts was a challenge because I would have to flip between stations and everything. Until I got my CL100, and that kind of made it easier. And now I have 6 radios, so it is hecka easy now. When I'm in the room.
I will be right back.
Jake's going to be gone for a while. It doesn't really matter because it's on a segment that doesn't really matter to him. Anywho, again, you have to have... I suggest having more than one radio. You need to know when there's going to be a weather threat. You also need to have a camera to film alerts. These are really simple things, guys. You could use your phone, but I recommend using a different camera so it doesn't take up space on your phone. And only put them on there when you need it. Like, I'm going to completely stop using my phone for EAS, and I'm going to be using my gimbal cameras. Like, use a real camera, you know? It's better video quality, better microphones, better just about everything. So I'd use a real camera, not a mic, not a phone.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even bother recording it unless it's like a really, really bad one. I need to send stuff to my friends like, okay, here's what's coming. What stuff is saying, but
one thing I also recommend is have something known as IEM bot monitor up, weather.im/IEM-bot. And how to use it. When you go under available rooms, you select, and in fact, you know what? we're going to pull this up as a window. Oh, no, I can't do that. Never mind. Yeah, what you want to do is you want to have IMBot. Because that's how you know when alerts are issued before they even go off on NOAA Weather Radio. Having IMBot kind of gives you some time to get your camera ready, you know? It's like when something's issued, it's like, oh, it got issued, get your camera ready, and then your radios go off and then you film it. So that's how that is.
Yeah, I'd also say, like, I know that you should always look when there's severe weather. You should always look when there's, like, possible civil emergencies as well. Let's say you're, like, out in, like, the West or somewhere like California and you got all these critical fire weather conditions. So look at those outlooks, because sometimes fire warnings and local area emergencies, evacuation immediates, and civil emergency messages can get issued. So look at the fire weather outlooks and look at just the general news and just kind of see that too. You can also catch civil emergencies on your NOAA weather radio.
The fire weather outlooks, the Storm Prediction Center also covers those. So if you want to look at those on the SPC's website, it goes day 1, day 2, and then it does day 3 through 8, unlike the severe weather stuff, which goes day 1, 2, 3, then 4 through 8. IMBot has those too, so if they issue a new outlook, it's right there. And I hope you have a tolerance for a lot of radios going off. I'm about the only one in the house that actually tolerates it.
Yeah, I have just one radio. That's it.
I thought you had 2.
That goes off.
I thought you had 2.
Well, I did have 2, but I just only have really one that goes off. And that's when I choose. Like, I have them both turned off. But when it's overnight events and if there's, like, severe weather outbreaks, then I leave it on because I'm going to need that. But overnight events, when there's, like, only really, like, a marginal or slight risk, I just have the alert off. But when there's big, severe overnight threats, I leave it on during the middle of the night. My parents are going to holler at me.
Does your dad go, Tyler, turn that off?
Yes, he's going to come in at 2 a.m. and bust down the door, and he's like, turn that off, and all it's going to be is a Marine warning.
I am back.
For showers.
But yeah, that's just about it. And that's really about it for catching EAS alerts. Again, it's really not as easy as you may think, because sometimes you'll be away and an alert is issued. Like, I've had a few close calls. Like, I one time let my dog out, and nothing got issued, but if you're trying to catch alerts, that's dangerous. If you're sheltering, alerts can be issued. That's why you should always have a NOAA weather radio and your camera on hand. You should have more than one way to receive a warning, not just NOAA weather radio. You know, your phone and commercial radio is another way to do it. Like, if you really want to boost that catch count, go for some commercial radio relays, AM and FM. I do that all the time. As long as you have a radio with AM and FM, like the WR400 or the CL100. Like, on my setup, you guys have seen this in the videos. On my setup, I have my three tabletop AM and FM radios all sitting right next to each other. CL100, R1650D, WR400. The 120 on my table, on my desk here. I put my ER50 on one of the shelves, and then my EH55 on the windowsill. So that's one way to do it, you know. But yeah, that's just about it. Have more than one radio, have a decent camera, have IMBot ready to go, and just have quick instinct. Because once you hear this sound, you need to be able to act quickly.
Yeah.
Well, what if it's just not like an alert or something?
You still need to be able to act quickly. If you hear this sound, you need to have the instinct to quickly look up, see who it was issued by, and if it's an alert, get your camera ready and go record.
Or if it's a special weather statement, just sit there and complain at the forecast office.
Hold on, I'm in the red. I'm green again. Anyways, you don't complain at the forecast office. You just be like, okay, this
Oh,
could
Well,
go severe.
sometimes I do when it's.
They will block
Sometimes I
you.
do.
Anyways, we've spent forever talking about these 3 segments. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have to deafen you guys for a minute, real quick, as we go into halftime. What we're gonna do, real quick, is we are going to plug the Instagram, Twitter, and Discord. See you in about a minute. Like our show? Want to learn more about us? Be sure to follow our Instagram, Twitter, and Discord. On Instagram, we mainly post graphics regarding weather information and severe weather warnings for our forecast zone. On Twitter, we essentially do the same thing, except that is where we also keep the public informed about show airings and postponements as well. Discord is essentially our home base. Not only do we talk about weather on there, we post the warnings, update status, we forecast weather, and we also talk about other things such as sports, photography, and music. We highly suggest you join the Discord server as well as follow us on Twitter and Instagram for the latest weather information. Now, back to the show. That was halftime. Now, one thing about the audio is that I just realized it said Discord is essentially our home base twice. This is why you proofread, you check your audio before you export it into an audio file. I'm going to have to check that a little bit later and fix it and have it ready to go next episode. All right, segment 3. These next 2 segments this is essentially our debate section of the show. Segment 3. Should weekly test postponements become localized? This kind of applies to April 13th as well, because on April 13th, you had some severe weather for DuPage and Cook counties or whatever. I feel like those stations only those stations should have had their weekly test postponed, and everyone else is okay. What do you guys think?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Because what if there's severe weather in Cook County, but then in Will County, just saying, like as an example, but then there's none in Will County, and there's a weather radio that serves Cook and Will County, that just puts more work on the office's part because they have to send out the weekly test like every week, but it puts more work on them because if they wanted to do it for Will County only and no severe weather in Will County, they could just test Will County, but then a day later do it for Cook when there's no severe weather. But that just puts more work on the office, and they have to do a little more work to like administer weekly tests to make sure that every county gets one. You can just do it when you do it.
Jake, you have any thoughts on that?
That's my opinion.
Yeah, it shouldn't be localized.
Why do you think so?
It's just with Tyler, it does build a little bit complications with the relaying of the county alert.
Well, you don't want to put extra work on National Weather Service people.
They just stick with something,
Their jobs are already really hard.
Exactly. So you don't need to put them more harder.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Blowing dust advisory. Wait, what the heck?
Wherefore?
And now there's a dust storm warning.
The blowing dust advisory. Now there's a dust storm warning. Good lord. At least it's not for our area.
Yeah, storm warning for
better. It couldn't get any worse, right?
But yeah, anyways, I'm with you guys. I honestly feel like it puts more work on the office. However, it feels like you're not expecting severe weather for your area, but then you move the test to Friday, and I don't know. I feel like I agree with you that it puts more work it adds more work to an already difficult job for the National Weather Service. But
My dog is barking.
it gets.
I do apologize.
It's okay. A little background noise doesn't matter.
Please excuse me for a moment.
As an
goes.
alternate way of rage, I'm going to play the IEM bot chime a lot of times.
Okay, I already did it.
Just hold
It
your.
did not work.
That is my alternate method of rage right there by doing the a million IEM bot chimes.
Yeah, just what you do is hold your cursor on the playtest sound button,
I am
and just
back.
hold down the enter button and the mouse clicker, and you'll get the most annoying.
Wait.
Oh no.
Oh wait, this was old.
Anyways,
Never.
I think we've come to a
No.
general consensus that weekly test postponements should not be localized. They should all apply for the entire county warning area and all their transmitters, no matter where the weather threat is. I think we've come to a general consensus on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to one more segment, and then we'll be done with this show. Our second debate. Should a thunderstorm with super frequent lightning be considered severe? So we're going to go ahead and challenge the severe criteria a little bit. Because severe thunderstorm criteria, if I can look it up real quick, if I can pull up an image for you guys. Because as you know, over the summer, the National Weather Service issued a new way of categorizing severe thunderstorms. If I can go ahead and get the graphic real quick. Because I know for a fact they put one out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the lightning. Speaking of, clouds are down
Talk
there.
about coincidence. Good Lord.
Yeah, you could definitely, yeah, nickel-sized hail now with the new special weather statement. You can definitely see from my house off to the west. You can definitely see the cloud top.
Anyways, as you can see right here are the thunderstorm damage threat categories right here from the National Weather Service. We're going to resize it a little bit so I can show you this. They issue severe thunderstorm warnings when a severe storm is happening or imminent, or impact-based. Now, to further improve communication, they include damage threat categories. You can see right here. Here are the damage threat categories right here with the considerable and destructive tags right here. You can see it right there on the screen, and I'm about to send it to... I did not mean to create a thread. Yay, I just created a thread by accident. Anyways, I'm going to send it into the chat. Into our Whiteside Weather Center chat that we have going on here. As you can see on the screen, the base category, the regular severe thunderstorm warnings, show that the wind has to be 58 miles an hour, although 60 appears in the warning. They like to round up. Hail of at least an inch, which is a U.S. quarter. And it will not activate the WAA, neither will the next tier, which is considerable. Winds of 70 miles an hour or hail of at least 1.75 inch, which is a golf ball. But then we get to the ever so famous destructive tag, 80 miles an hour or 2.75 inch hail, which is the size of a baseball. That will trigger a wireless emergency message. Now, here's my question. Why? So, wind is a huge hazard. Hail is a huge hazard. Tornadoes are a huge hazard. But my question is, why do they not, oh my God, lightning. Lightning is another hazard. So if there's frequent lightning going on, and there's a higher chance of you being struck, why is that not a severe thunderstorm? You tell me.
Oh boy, he's one of his rams.
Exactly.
Like, why is it
Like,
not a severe thunderstorm if the
come on.
lightning is so frequent, the chance of you getting struck is extremely high? Why is that the case?
Then why can't you just say a severe thunderstorm warning with continuous cloud to ground? There doesn't have to be rain, doesn't have to be hail, doesn't have to be wind, but continuous cloud to ground lightning. Maybe even the SPC should add that actually to a criteria for severe weather, and just issue. They can do the risk for thunderstorms, but if cloud to ground lightning was a factor and there was no other threat, they could issue outlooks for that, like marginal, slight, for cloud to ground lightning.
A huge lightning hazard. Dry thunderstorms are a huge, huge problem in the South. Because sometimes you'll have a thunderstorm with just lightning in the middle of nowhere with a lot of lightning, and that could spark fires. That could trigger a red flag warning. You often don't see a warning for a dry thunderstorm because lightning is not in the criteria.
And it needs to be in the criteria.
Also, it could have
For
wind
gosh
and
sakes.
everything. Jake, what do you think about this whole thing? Like, should continuous cloud to ground lightning be a factor in the issuance of severe thunderstorm warnings?
I would say so. I would say, all right.
You'd say yes?
Kind of.
Well, back up your answer. Why is it kind of in the middle for you?
Well, it is it's like a randomized plot, like on, it's random. Well, okay, let me just try to break it down. So, lightning can occur at like random location, like you know what.
MKX SPS. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of northeastern Walworth, southwestern Waukesha, and southeastern Jefferson counties through 8:15. It's issued 5 minutes ago.
Oh.
You were saying, Jake?
5 minutes.
It's kind of complicated for me to say. I just cannot think of the words.
Well, what are you trying to say?
I was trying to say that you know how lightning can occur at a random location, like
Yeah, lightning is very unpredictable. It can occur within 10 miles of a thunderstorm. 10 miles outside of a thunderstorm. So if you think it's over because it stopped raining, you'd be dead wrong, because you could probably literally be dead. Just saying. Not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying.
Okay, I forgot what I was gonna say. But
I think what he's trying to say is that lightning can be extremely random, and who knows, maybe a severe thunderstorm warning would have to be absolutely giant now, because lightning can strike a very long distance away from the storm itself.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he was trying to say, but I'm sure it was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, I think that's just about it. I think we've come to a somewhat general consensus that a storm with frequent, continuous cloud-to-ground lightning should be considered severe. Jake is not so sure, but I feel like
now lightning flashes.
it should be. However, if you guys are saying, "Ooh, let's make a severe lightning warning," no, that's not going to happen.
That's never going to happen with the national.
Remember, a severe thunderstorm emergency does actually exist.
It is the mythical. It's essentially the destructive SVR, except worse.
Well, before the XVR criteria existed, there was a severe weather statement stating that there was a severe. Wait, hold on. Let me just look it up.
All right. While Jake does that, essentially, before the damage threat categories, there was such thing as a severe thunderstorm emergency. I don't know if it's a thing anymore, but
Yeah, there's not really anything like that.
anymore.
Yeah.
This was from 2019.
Okay, he
Check
just
the
put it in
chat.
the chat. Let me see if I can
Yeah,
look.
that's just for that's just from National Weather Service Cheyenne. I think that's the only office that issues and just puts in the tag at random. This is a severe thunderstorm emergency.
I'm going to see if I can pull that up and show you guys on the stream. Jake, what did you search up?
Severe thunderstorm emergency. Actually, wait. I can try to look it up on IM, but this is the NWS data.
I'm trying to find a bulletin for you guys, and so I can show it to you guys.
Cheyenne, Wyoming. CYS 2019.
Oh,
Wait,
Friday,
what's
August
the
16th, 2019.
Give me time. What is happening downstairs? So that's in the evening, no, after hours.
Anyways, I took a screenshot, and I'll show it to you guys here in a second. The show feels completely unscripted, because it is unscripted. But yeah, anyways, I took a screenshot of what Jake sent us, and I'm going to show it to you guys here on the show. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Here's what he sent us just a few seconds ago. It was for 3-inch hail. So this is a destructive SVR right here. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect till 2:15 for Scottsbluff, northeastern Banner, and southeastern Sioux counties. This is a severe thunderstorm emergency for Scottsbluff and Gering at 1:29 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm is located near Scottsbluff National Monument or near Scottsbluff. Okay, you don't need to mention Scottsbluff twice. Moving is 40 miles an hour. 3-inch diameter hail is imminent. Prepare now for destructive hail. This is a very dangerous storm. Hazard 3-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
Yeah, that must have been like a random overnight destructive supercell. Must have been.
That must have been scary.
Must have. Yeah, look at that's like overnight destructive hail. That sounds scary.
You'd probably be dead. He just issued the new day
Oh,
one.
I finally argued with Twitter for it.
Anyways, I think that's just about all we've got this time. Oh, he just sent us a
Hey,
photo. Hold up. Wait, no, that's not it. We're not done yet.
He sent us a good photo.
Yeah, that's the first. Yeah, look at all that white on the radar.
I'm going to see if I can get you guys a look at both of these real quick. Oh, never mind. I guess I can't look at that radar one. I'll have to screenshot it. Because of bullcrap Microsoft family features. I don't know what it's for. But yeah, anyways, I just went ahead and downloaded the bulletin again. Here's another look at the bulletin. You can see right here, this is the severe weather statement for this thunderstorm. I know we've kind of gone off the rails, but hey man, we do that sometimes. But yeah, overall we feel like frequent cloud-to-ground lightning should be a criteria for a severe thunderstorm. And before we cut off, I'm going to show you guys one last photo here on the show. This was the hail core. Look at that. White on the radar. If there's white on the radar, then you know you've got a problem.
Yeah, you got quarter-sized hail probably.
No, 3-inch hail.
Oh, you're looking at the photo? Yeah, 3-inch hail.
Yeah, 3-inch hail. So yeah, I think that's just about it. I think for real this time, that's just about it. Any closing thoughts, guys?
Nope. Well, they actually circled the marginal risk over my house. The SPC just did that. They circled the marginal risk. So
Yeah, I have no regret.
Oh my goodness, I'm not even in it anymore.
yeah, I'm just watching those storms up in Wisconsin that will hit my house.
Yeah, anyways, I think
All
that's
right.
it for Jake and Tyler. I'm Zach. And until we meet again, this is goodbye.
Bye, y'all.
What the hell was that?
What the?
And yes, I can say that on here.
Waiting for that. You were waiting for that, weren't you?
Yes.
You were definitely waiting for that. Okay.
And yes, I am
have to
allowed to
go.
say that word.
Hey guys, I have to go. I have to deal with another.
Okay, so for real this
situation
time, let's try that again. For Jake and Tyler, this is Zach. And until we meet again, this is goodbye.